welcome to our online tutorial, Creating Your Wedding Vision Board with Emily Jean Events. My name is Emily and I'm the wedding planner and coordinator behind each and every wedding here at Emily Jean Events. I work with engaged couples to help plan their wedding and really reduce some of that wedding related stress they may be experiencing. So let's get your wedding vision board started. What is our wedding vision board? A wedding vision board is a collection and combining of images, colors, patterns, and designs, and bringing them together to create a board full of inspiration and ideas for your wedding. Why do you need a vision board? Defining your wedding vision is a crucial first step to planning your wedding. So before you've contacted vendors or suppliers, before you've even booked in your venue, you need to define what your wedding vision is. Do you want a rustic style wedding? Do you want a classic elegant wedding? Are you envisioning a beach wedding? So a vision board makes you really think about what you really want for your wedding. They help you get unstuck. They provide you with a visual of what your wedding could potentially look like. They keep you on track. They keep everyone on the same page. So if your maid of honor or one of your bridesmaids decides to jump on board and help you with the planning, or maybe you've decided to bring on the services of a professional wedding planner, your vision board keeps everyone on the same page so everyone knows exactly what it is you're going for. They are also lots of fun. So what should go on your wedding vision board? Everything, absolutely everything you can think of about your wedding, such as color palettes, stationery and fonts, fabrics, favors and bombonieres, catering, your cake, dresses and accessories, florals, what you want the atmosphere to feel like, and any signage you envision at your wedding. So how do you get started with your own wedding vision board? You can create your own wedding vision board using Canva, which is a free online graphic design tool, and I highly recommend you utilize this tool to create your vision board. But if you cannot access Canva, you can also use Google Docs, Keynote, corkboards, Pinterest, or you can go old school and use a scrapbook. Now today, I'm going to show you how you can create your own wedding vision board using Canva. Canva is an online tool, so you do need an internet connection to access Canva. So simply head to canva.com. Alright, so I'm now in canva.com and I have already created a bit of a vision board collage. So it's quite simple to do. Once you've got your document open, all you need to do is head to the elements bar and type in frames and just kind of drag your frames into your vision board and kind of resize them and place them wherever you want to create, a bit of a collage, for example. Or you could do the same with images that you already upload. So for this example, I'm going to use my own ideal dream wedding. So I envision a destination beach wedding, the ceremony being on the beach, the reception being on the beach, very casual, not too casual, but in between formal and casual, smart casual dress. I envision beach elements into my wedding. I envision my color palette to be the turquoise color and white. I envision a three-course sit-down meal. I envision everyone just having a great time. So, first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to start from the top and go down. That way I don't really miss anything. So the first one is a bit of a harvest board. So food's really important for me, especially at a wedding. So I'm big on cheese dips, crackers. So I'd really like to incorporate that into my cocktail and canapé hour. The next one is also incorporating that whole food and catering side is the canapé hour. I'd really like to have, miniature burgers or just mini bite-sized stuff, nothing too big. Um, so I'm going to pop that into my vision board. You can drag them wherever you want. There's no like set rule that the food has to be grouped together or the ceremony stuff has to be grouped together. You can kind of spread it out. So instead of having name cards, I really like the idea of having seashells with everyone's name on them so people know where they're sitting. So I'm just going to add that to my vision board. You can move them around as well. There we go. That looks better. Okay, so I'm big on signs, especially at wedding and events. People want to know where they're going, gives people a bit of direction to ceremony this way, reception this way, the bars this way, etc. So what I want to incorporate with this particular image is the font. So I love this font, and it's the kind of font that I envision on the signage at my wedding. This is my ideal bouquet, so keeping in with that turquoise white color. It's a simple bouquet, it's elegant, it's beautiful, and it's definitely something that I envision when I think about my bridal bouquet. Another sign, so I'm big on unplugged ceremonies. This is definitely something that I do want at my wedding. As a wedding coordinator, you see so many weddings where guests have had their phone go off in the middle of the couple saying their vows, and it really kills that whole vibe. And not to even mention being in the way of your photographer or the videographer when they're trying to capture those important moments. So this is something that I really, really see at my wedding, is having a sign pretty much saying to my guests, please turn your phones off. Now this is what I call a chill out zone. So as you know, weddings can be a bit hectic. They've had a few drinks, they've eaten, they're having fun, and most people just want to kind of escape to a bit of a quieter place without feeling like they've left the event. So I'd really love to incorporate a bit of a chill out zone into my wedding. So basically, just having a few couches um, where people can just chillax, sit down, have a bit of a rest. I really, really want to include these kind of cocktail tables. Um, I want my guests to be able to mingle, and I don't really want them sitting at their tables all night. So cocktail tables really give the guests to be able to mingle together and stand around, have a drink, grab some canapes, etc. Now, what I'm trying to incorporate of this particular image is the fairy lights. So I really picture fairy lights strung throughout all the reception at my wedding. So that's what I'm trying to capture. So I'm just going to move it so I get the fairy lights in there. Now I haven't really thought about um, wedding favors and bonbonnieres. I would have liked to have something that represents my partner and I as a couple, but this is kind of hard. I've actually been thinking about it lately, but I've found it's quite hard to really think of something. But I love the idea of cookies saying thank you to your guests instead of having something that will just go to landfill. Okay, so this is the ambience that I envision at my wedding. So pretty much everyone just, they're up, they're dancing, they're having fun. As you can see from the tables, there's only a couple people sitting down, and it looks like their wives are just having fun and they're just chilling at my wedding. But this is the ambience that I envision. I don't ever want to see the dance floor empty at my wedding. So I'm going to pop that up there. This is my first dance that I envision, and basically what I'm trying to get from this is just that emotion between the two of them. So I'm just going to add that into my vision board. Okay, so I hate wearing shoes. And having a beach wedding, I'm probably not going to wear shoes. So I'd really like myself and my bridesmaids to have something a bit kind of dressy that, you know, we feel like we're maybe wearing shoes. So I'd really like to have a bit of an ankle bracelet, and a naked sandal. So I'm going to pop that. Pop that. Light up letters, absolutely love these. Definitely envision them at my wedding. Obviously, the letters would be a bit different though. Now, this is my ideal wedding dress. It is simple, elegant. Um, it is what I envision when I think about my wedding dress. Bridesmaids bouquets, as you can see, they've got the turquoise colours, and the white colour in it. They're simple, elegant, and they're gorgeous. So instead of having something that people usually write something in and put it in a jar, I'd really like to incorporate that beach themed wedding into that. So message in a bottle. So that's something I really picture getting my guests involved in at my wedding. I'd also love to have a photo booth. So who doesn't love a photo booth? um, that is something I do envision. Guests love to engage in your event. So having things that they can do, such as a photo booth, I've really envisioned that. That's something that's very important to me. Now, this is the type of bar that I envision. Um, I really probably see a bit more alcohol on the in the cubes, but this is definitely something I envision. As you can see, there's a sign drink, you know, so people know that that's the bar. um, Table numbers. So again, including that beach theme into my wedding, I envision, you know, the whole sand in the bottle with table number on it. From working at function centers and actually waitressing at events, I know how annoying it can be when you're constantly, if you're at a canapé hour, you're constantly going around to these guests and offering them food. And I don't know why, but people tend to be really shy at events and weddings, and they usually turn down food unless you place it somewhere that that guest can go and get themselves. Weird, I know, but this is what happens. So instead of having my waiters feel like they're harassing my guests, I'd really like somewhere where they can just put down some food that people don't want anymore, and probably put up a few drinks that they can just go and grab and help themselves. So I'm just going to pop you down there. This is the emotion between the couple I envision at my wedding. Happy, stress-free. Such an important thing for me to be stress-free on the wedding day. Save the dates. It's got that beachy theme in it, so that's something I really envision when it comes to my wedding. Bridesmaids, I do not envision 8 bridesmaids. I envision probably about 3 to 4 bridesmaids. However, this is the color of the bridesmaids' dresses and the style that I would like to have for my wedding. Invitations, as you can see, they've got that beachy theme. That's something, and the turquoise color. So that's something I really envision at my wedding. My ceremony. So this is an important part of my wedding that I do envision. I envision pretty much everything you see here, but just different colors. So the petals would stay white, however, most of the florals would be white and turquoise. Just gonna add you there. Centerpieces for the tables, I always think the simpler the better. So I just really like to have some candles, some sand, some shells on the table. My wedding cake definitely has to be a 4 tier. The more cake, the better. And it's got that turquoisey, really beachy theme that I really envision on my wedding cake. Okay, I'm a big fan of donuts, which I don't think is a secret. So I do envision something like a donut wall at my wedding. And I'm just going to move it down. This is another, I think I've used up all my elements. I think I have, yes. But this is another thing I do envision at my wedding. This is basically what I would like my reception to look like, but when without the bridal king and queen table. I'm not a fan of the king and queen tables. I mean, I'm spending the rest of my life with this dude. I want my girls, my bridesmaids, I want my maid of honor there with me on that bridal table. So that's how you create your own wedding vision board. You can download it. So all you need to do is simply head to download. You can download it in whatever format that you want. Or you can print it off. You can pop it on your fridge. You can pop it in your wedding folder. The best thing is that if something changes and you decide, oh, I don't really want that color anymore, maybe you can't have that color because that color doesn't go with one of your bridesmaids' skin tones, then you can edit it. That is the best thing about Canva. It's so easy, it's simple, and it is the best tool to create a vision board. So there you have my wedding day. You can basically see as you're looking at it what kind of wedding I want without having to ask me too many questions. So head to canva.com and create your own wedding vision board. And if you need any help at all, please feel free to reach out to Emily Jean Events and we are happy to help you with creating your own vision board. Or if you need help with the whole planning, we are happy to have you on board. So good luck and don't forget to have fun.